No way! Who is this guy and where did he come from? Well, stay tuned to find out the answer to those questions. GunninGamerz here, driver log number 18. It is time for the 1.40 update, but more importantly, we're going to give you an update of the GunninGamerz YouTube channel. Find out where I've been for the last year and some odd months and what we've been up to. But first, I want to get this truck rolling so we can start making some money, and we're going to have a good long little chat today. We've got a really heavy load and an amazing route to take you down today through Colorado. Well, there's the route today, going from Steamboat Springs all the way down through the $1 Million Highway and into Farmington, New Mexico. So pretty much 98% of the route will be from the Colorado DLC. I know this has been out for a few months and we've been covering it on Twitch, and we'll talk about that here in just a moment. But this is going to be a tricky load because we are towing 118,500 pounds, and again, this is a lift truck, and this is definitely going to be a crazy load to haul that much weight through the mountains there. But you can see back here that we've got an extra axle. That's part of 1.40. You're now able to make these trucks 8x6 chassis, so we're gonna have 3 wheels back there helping us get going, and that could come in handy if the AI end up stopping us up. And also, I'd like to mention I am running no mods today. I'm completely vanilla because I was really hoping that we would be able to do this online multiplayer. I wanted to do this video in multiplayer, but Truckers MP just isn't updated yet. So you can see the biggest part of this update is definitely the lighting. It is amazing, absolutely game-changing, makes the game look so many years newer. I mean, gets it up to par with the best games that are out right now in 2021. We're gonna jump back in the truck here and get things fired up. Oh, she starts up so nice. Again, we're in single player. Hopefully we don't get trolled too heavily by the AI today. I know most of my YouTube content I always did back in the day in single player, and we were using mods and stuff like that for a lot of the time, but I normally do 99% of all my trucking on multiplayer. I'm just really one of those people that likes to go online with other folks and have a lot of fun. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We have got a huge update to kind of get you guys and gals up to speed on where we have been the past, I don't even know, it's not been quite a year and a half, but I think it was November of 19 was the last time I did a video. It's been a while ago. Hopefully my driving doesn't suffer too heavily today with all the chatting I'm going to be doing. So I was going to do an IRL video, you know, kind of giving you guys and gals an update again on everything that's been going on. Uh-oh, we're gonna wipe the barrel. Ah, they're just barrels, they can move. But I thought, why would we want to do that? We could kill 2 birds with 1 stone again and knock out a gaming video while I give you an update on what's been going on in my life, where I've been, and to answer 1,000, maybe thousands of people's questions over the past I don't know, not year and a half, it's been like 15 months, a little over a year, on where I've been and where the YouTube content is. So hopefully most of you already know the answer to this question. I've been on Twitch. We kind of unintentionally moved over to Twitch primarily at the beginning of 2020. I mean, I've always been there. I've been there since, you know, 2014. We've been partnered since the end of 2014. But I just started putting in a lot of extra time on Twitch. Kind of just giving it my as much. I'd say giving it my all, but giving it as much as I could with the family and the other obligations I've got going on, and just kind of seeing where things go with Twitch. And I didn't intend so much time to go by, but we've been making some huge changes with our family and in our life. Wife and kids are doing real well. Oh, got a little Prius there we almost ran over. Family's doing really good. Everybody's healthy and happy. And that's primarily why I haven't been around, is because of my health. A few years ago, I was having a really hard time doing this full-time content creation and just being happy with sitting here in front of the computer basically every day of my life. I'd done it for 5 or 6 years up until that point, and I was just dying inside. I am a outdoorsy type person who doesn't get outdoors very much, and for the most part, I mean, I'm okay with that, but found out that as far as my mental health, I have to be outside and I have to have multiple hobbies. I have to have things to keep my brain busy, or it gets on the old racetrack going in circles. So I basically knew that I had to make some changes a couple years ago in 2019, and well, 2018, I knew that I had to make some changes. It took us until 2019, but we decided to get into RVing, and I think I've talked about this on the channel back in 2019 towards the end of our last video run. I've probably spoken a lot about us and our desires to start traveling, and for me to be spending a lot more time with my family and being more active with our kids when they're, when they're growing up. And that was something that was causing me a lot of emotional drama, was just the guilt of not being very involved with the family and spending so much time on the computer and live streaming and video stuff, and just not being involved with my kids. And as a lot of you know, we do homeschool all 4 of our kids, and honestly that was kind of a blessing that we'd already been doing that, because as you all know, 2020 sure did turn into a real poop show. And so it just kind of naturally worked out that we were living the lifestyle that so many hundreds of millions of other people had to be kind of forced into last year. We're both working from home and homeschooling our kids. So we did pretty good through the pandemic. I know it's still going on, but at least around here, people are kind of over it. But we did pretty well through it. It didn't cause us too much craziness. I got to really make sure I'm swinging wide to the right on all my corners, because as you can see, my trailer is hanging out back there. Stick my head out the window like an old dog here, yeah. So we did really good. We did good, and we ended up getting a new truck. We got rid of the half-ton Suburban that we had, and we upgraded to a 1-ton Ford F-350 with the Power Stroke diesel in it. And that started a whole new adventure for us last year. We actually are able to take our travel trailer and hit the road with it, and that's just what we did last year. In fact, one time, I think I was gone a total of like 2 months during the summer, maybe more. We weren't home one single weekend from July through October, and at one point we were gone for a month. We went all the way down to Florida, so we were on the road. We traveled through 12 states last year. We didn't get the truck until right about the middle of summer, was the end of last week of June. And then we didn't really go anywhere in July because I was busy getting it outfitted with some accessories and getting some things done. So we had some appointments and just a lot of stuff going on there. But what I have been up to, I guess, is probably more good news, especially for the YouTube, than it is bad news or sad news. Oh, please don't pull out in front of me. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? So we are going to be attempting to take life and our work on the road. Back in the summer of 2019, I started another YouTube channel. It does not have any content on it or artwork or anything like that, so it's hard to find. So I won't give the name out today, but you will definitely be seeing it advertised on the side of this channel very soon. Probably in the next like 1 to 2 months. You will see it. In fact, well, I'll just give the name out because the Twitch already knows about it. It's called GunninGamerz, and we're going to be uploading everything outside of gaming. So I might have some hunting, real life hunting on there at some point. The majority will be travel and RV related stuff. It'll be our new house building stuff. Yes, we are planning on relocating and building yet again. And we will have just anything that is out of this seat here in the studio will be on that channel. And to be honest, it is kind of the focus of my life. It's kind of the thing that I want to put the most effort and energy in. I've certainly spent a lot of money in the past, well, just the past month or two, but in the past couple of months, I have spent an exuberant amount on getting this channel, on multiple cameras that I'm going to be using, a new Alienware laptop, which is also going to be for GunninGamerz because, you know, I do gaming stuff. So I'll be able to do some gaming on the go, and I'll be able to use it for an editing machine as well. So we're going to be seeing a big change in what we do. As far as GunninGamerz YouTube, I should be getting more videos out on it, and the reason being is this is the bad news. This is a sad news. Inevitably, because of the limitations with internet on the go, I'm not going to be able to live stream on Twitch. I guess the quality and the quantity and the quality that I'm used to, that I have in the past, you know, few years. So my goal is to try to at least, at minimum, tune into Twitch every week. At least once. It'd be nice to get a couple of, you know, of streams still. I think that'll be pretty doable as long as it's not maybe always gaming. If it's gaming related, it could be a lot harder because, again, I'm going to be on the go. I'm going to be in an RV. There's going to be 6 of us, and due to space and the amount of equipment that I can bring with, that's going to pose a lot of challenges. So those are challenges that are, you know, costing me time and money to figure out the ins and outs, because to be honest, most people who do what I do, you know, working content in video games, don't do what I'm about to do. But I've learned, and I turned 40 this year, so I'm starting to learn a few things in life. But if you do the same as everybody else, then you should expect the results that everybody else achieves, you know, and that's not a bad thing. There's some very successful people out there that I'd like to achieve the success that they have, but I also don't want to live their lifestyle. I'm not interested in being tied down to this studio or being tied down to even my house anymore. I'd like to get out and instead of driving through virtual Colorado, I would like to be doing this in real life and taking you all along for the adventure. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be driving through these places in real life, and I'll be doing some of them as far as like games like the simulators and stuff that I love. I'll still be doing those and including some videos. But one of our guys in our community had even thrown the ideas, you know, how cool would it be when SCS releases a new state that you go and hit some of the routes? Wow, that was kind of a butthead thing to do. You know, you should go hit some of the routes up in real life and just do like a comparison to see how well SCS did. And I kind of said, yeah, you know, I've kind of thought about that too. It'd be cool to visit some of these overlooks that they put in the game, and even some of the routes like the $1 Million Highway, and just compare what it looks like in real life compared to what it looks like in the game. And I don't know too many people that are doing that sort of thing. That's not going to be the primary focus of my traveling, is to follow around where video games are intended to be made and try to do a comparison. But I think it'd be a neat thing to do along the way to tie the two together on occasion. So we're just really wanting to get out and enjoy, you know, our family, our kids. My wife and I have realized that our kids grow up really fast, and you only get it once, and then it's done. And Aiden, who a lot of you know, started YouTubing with me when he was 3.5. He's gonna be 12 this year. I mean, that's absolutely insane that almost a decade has gone by since we started all that. You know, it's been 8 years ago, and it goes really, really quick. Because, you know, if I were to repeat that time over again, that time that flew by, he's going to be nearly 20 years old, and he'll be out on his own. You know, going to school, working a job, living in his own house or whatever, like my wife and I did when we were his age. We were gone at 18 and living on our own and working and things like that. So it goes really, really quick, and once he ends up, all of our 4 children, once they end up out working and having their own lives, they're not going to be able to travel. We're not going to be able to spend the time together and do the things that we want to do. So unapologetically, I am pretty much having to step out of this lifestyle of being at the computer and focusing my entire life on video games and video games when they release, and waking up in the morning and finding out that something major's dropped, and now all my plans are totally scrapped for the whole week, and I've got to, you know, totally shift gears and rip hardware off the desk and throw different hardware on the desk, and you know, it's not, those things aren't bad. Every job has you know, those inconveniences, and trust me, I am very blessed and thankful that those are the inconveniences that I deal with. There's others, but you know, those are just some. And I'd rather take this time and get out and create content that I just feel like I can produce better. I haven't ever been happy with the content that I've created. You know, on YouTube, you know, a lot of people say, oh, your videos are really nice, and you know, we enjoy what you do, and I really appreciate those comments, and I take them to heart. But I myself have never been entirely happy with what I've produced over the years. And the same thing kind of goes for Twitch. I've never felt like I've been completely satisfied with my content on Twitch, and I've always felt like there's just something more that I could be doing, something more. And so who knows, maybe all this stuff that I'm getting into will actually help me become better at the gaming side of things and producing content that I am more happy with. Unfortunately, you know, like I was saying earlier, hitting the road is going to make it very challenging to produce great content, being that I'm not going to be in the studio, and I may not have some of the gear, the microphones and compressors and everything else that we're used to using. I have to downshift quite a bit here. I'm so glad there's no cars coming. We should have a lot of jaking going on today. All this weight and all these hills coming. We're not even to the good stuff yet. Let's ride this down. Yeah, so as I was saying, my content might get a little rusty before it can get better. I'll just have to work through those things. Like I said, it's going to be challenging, but I'm going to be working at trying to get more content up on the GunninGamerz YouTube channel to help kind of make up for less content on the GunninGamerz Twitch channel. So until then, I highly encourage you to also follow me over on Twitch, because that's where the party's been rocking for, well, ever since, you know, May of 2014. I know a lot of folks are asking, where are you? What happened? Where's the videos? I've been doing everything on Twitch. I've been producing so much content over there. It's been hard for me to say, well, why should I go and drop content over on YouTube right now when I'm just doing it all on Twitch? So I know they're two very different kinds of content, and to be honest, I'm personally kind of more of a fan of YouTube content. I like the videos myself, but I like producing the live streaming a lot more. I like doing the Twitch content a lot more when it comes to the games, because I just love to interact. I'm a people person. I love interacting with others. I crave it. And I don't... It's harder over here on YouTube, but I myself like to consume a lot more YouTube content. In fact, I'm almost never on on Twitch at all, like except when I'm live streaming, but I don't ever spend much time on there watching others. And you know, some of it's because of my hobbies are into travel and RV, and you don't find that on Twitch. So maybe we'll be the first, but we're gonna have some very, very exciting times coming, and we will be we'll be documenting it all on you know, YouTube, and there'll be some videos coming out soon on the new channel. They will not be the highest of quality because they are like, they're from, the first one that'll be going on is content from some live streams I did on Twitch and some recording I did on my cell phone. All of it was done on my cell phone in the fall of 2019 when we went to Duluth, Minnesota. And it's, you know, it's not bad content, it's just I was working with a cell phone and that's it. And so luckily I had a better mic to help block out some of the wind, otherwise it would have been really bad. Are we supposed to get off right here? Yeah, we are. Seen that little road up there and I thought, wait a minute. Dropped a gear there. Ooh, we gotta swing wide. So we're gonna get that content. So you're gonna notice on the new channel, which again, I'm not gonna link now, but I will link it. It'll be all over this GunninGamerz channel once that channel's up and going. But we're not gonna have the content dialed in for a couple of months yet. I've got to get with someone to, I'm gonna hire out to get a lot of the artwork done, and we'll get the whole channel looking professional, and then we'll get everything dialed in with the videos. I'm still working through all my camera stuff and trying to learn. I've bought a GoPro Hero 9 Black. I bought a DJI Osmo Pocket 2, which I love both of those cameras so much, and I am waiting for my Sony Alpha 6600 to show up, and I've got a couple lenses that I'm picking up for that. And then I haven't purchased yet, but I'm going to be. It's so much money to spend, but I'm going to be picking up the DJI Mavic 2 Zoom. So that's the drone that I'm going to get, so that I can really start to produce some very nice professional looking footage. And it's going to take me a while, not only to learn how to use all that stuff, but to really, you know, really hone my craft and get some nice professional looking videos. I'm also going to be tying in some other type of content in there as well, that I'll talk about at a later date. But there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be changing about that channel. It'll definitely be a family friendly channel, and you know, just like our gaming content here, we'll be keeping it PG and keeping it as professional as we can. And so it's just going to be a really nice time to, I don't know, just to evolve and like do something different in life. And that's what I'm most excited about. It's really, again, helped my mental health because I've got a couple of new hobbies, and you know, I'm staying busy and I'm staying active and getting exercise, and that's just the most important part. I can't be cooped up here like a rat in a cage, and that's kind of what I was feeling like for several years there. So getting on to the new house, so we are looking at moving. Oops, gotta get that Jake off. We are going to be relocating to northern Wisconsin, out into rural northern Wisconsin. I am a country boy. I live on the edge of a pretty decent town here, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and I've been okay with it. It's a nice town and stuff. It's not a big city. I mean, we got 100,000 people in the area, but I'm definitely needing to change that up as well. And we've got an opportunity to build on my father's property, where they're actually going to be building. They're going to be retiring here in the next year, and they're going to be relocating up there as well. And so we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be actually building barn-dominium, I think some people call them, or I like to just call them a pole shed house, but I know it doesn't sound, you know, too nice or anything, but they are actually very beautiful. It's an all metal building. We're gonna have storage for the biggest of RVs. I'm gonna have up to 50 feet of length, so that when my wife and I get older, maybe we end up with a big old motorhome or a big fifth wheel, which we're actually looking at. Whoa, let's try doing this gear thing again. We're gonna be looking at getting a fifth wheel here in probably, well, next year or the year after, no later than that, because our family's growing so much. So we're going to be able to fit, you know, our truck, which again right now our truck is pretty decent size, but we're looking at upgrading to a dually in the future, a long box of course, and we're gonna need a lot bigger garage, so we're gonna want storage for that. We're gonna want storage for the RV to be inside. Oh, I'm gonna run over so much stuff here. Could have my track IR on. Oh, we didn't do too bad, just a little bit up on the sidewalk. And I know this video is just full of chatting, but I am really trying to do something that I find somewhat interesting while we have this long chat and get people up to date on what has been going on in the past 15 months. All right, let's make a shift here. Not good, there we go. So yeah, we're gonna have plenty of storage, and then we're gonna build our house pretty small. Our goal is to actually build this house and have little to no mortgage. That is our goal. So we might build part of it right now and then finish the rest later on as we pay cash and do it ourselves. Pay cash for the materials and do the work ourselves to build out the bedrooms. And right out of the gate, I know that we want to have a mechanical room and a bathroom, and I'd like to put at least a cheap kitchenette, you know, maybe something temporary, just to have like some, you know, our kitchen appliances and of course the washer and dryer. That'll be in the mechanical room, but just the bare minimum. We'll have our RV that we can actually sleep in. I mean, I've already got a bed, so we might do that. We're gonna be like roughing it a little bit, and then I want to have a little area, even if it's temporary. It's a temporary room setup. I want to have something for a studio / office, so that we have a place that we can work, and just a little bit more room. But we'll in the summer we can have our rig parked outside or inside, but in the winter obviously we would park the rig inside and everything would be heated. So we're thinking about doing that. There's still a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of things we don't know yet. I'm still trying to draw up these plans, and we're gonna, you know, we've been working with the builder as of like last fall, and we've got to get that done this summer. And we're going to, you know, really try to figure out exactly what we're going to be building, and then next spring or summer is when this is all going to go down. So this winter we're actually thinking about traveling south and staying out for about 5 months in the southern US. We'll have to see how this summer traveling season goes before we make the final decision on whether we want to bail or not, because basically our deer hunting season here is in November, and you kind of have to poop or get off the pot, as they say, as far as getting out of here, because otherwise winter will close your butt in. So I would be here through deer hunting in the end of November, and we would be turning and burning south to try to get out of here before winter slams, which it can end up coming at the end of November, but usually we get like not too heavy winter right in the beginning of December. Sometimes we'll get like a few shots October, November, and then you'll get like a little window of an opening. You can hit the roads and they're dry, you know, before Christmas. So we were gonna head south and maybe spend it down in Florida is kind of what I'm thinking. But and there's a whole bunch of things going on there that I won't get into talking about in this video, but I'm looking at some sort of employment opportunities down there to help us fund our experience down there, we'll say. So again, I won't dive into that right now, but that's what we're kind of thinking right now. And a lot of things can change obviously in the next 6 months. We're sitting here in the end of March, getting the most amazing spring, and I am about 2 weeks from hitting the road. We're gonna be trying to get out on the road and head to Texas, all the way across to Florida, and we're gonna be scoping out where we may want to winter next year. That's kind of the plan right now. So with the weather they're getting in the south, I'm not too sure I want to leave beautiful, calm Wisconsin and go into the mega tornado, mega thunderstorm south and you know, the Midwest down there. But we're gonna kind of see what happens with the weather, and we're gonna be hitting the road all of April and coming back sometime in May is the plan. And then this summer also I'm going to be heading west. We're definitely doing the Badlands. I wanted to go all throughout the west into the Rockies, but we haven't planned that. But that's not to say we don't take off and just decide to stay out a month or so and go and do it. So we're gonna see. We just haven't planned that, and I know we're gonna be making a trip to kind of a Midwest trip. We're gonna be down in Iowa for at least a week for the kids' summer camp, and we've got some plans in the UP up in Michigan to visit, and probably going to be swinging through Michigan, maybe out to Ohio. We just don't know yet, so there's no telling. Our truck just rolled over 30,000 miles. I get to do a fuel filter change. We bought it with 21,000 miles this past summer. Is how many miles? It's a 2017 Ford F350, by the way. And so I get to do my first fuel filter change now every 15,000. So we're at 30. So last week we hit that 30,000. So it's going to be interesting to see where we end up at the end of the year. Last year we managed to put 9,000 miles on in a few months. So we went down to Missouri and came back. We ran around Minnesota, Wisconsin quite a bit, and then we did the big trip where we went as far down to Florida. We were in Alabama at my mom's place, and we went to oh gosh, where did we go? Well, we went to Georgia and just all through the southeast there. So it was a lot of fun. Definitely didn't want to come back, but I had to. We had to. Kids started school while we were on the road, and we did their first month of the school year while we were traveling on the road. In fact, we were in Florida, I think, on their first day, but it was challenging. You know, it was challenging because we weren't 100% prepared. We changed their curriculum, and then we didn't like it, so we decided to change again, and that left us without the proper materials that they needed. So that's why we had to get back home so we could get their books and the things that they needed for the other curriculum. So these are all challenges that homeschool parents have been going through as well now. There's a lot of them out there with the pandemic. So that's a general update of what has been going on in my life and what's been going on this past year. In a nutshell, I have been very busy with the family. I've been busy traveling. I've been busy spending money. Not proud of that, but I saved, and it's been flying out. But spending money on the RV, on the truck, and on all my equipment for this new adventure. And I've been spending a lot of creative energy trying to figure out this new channel and kind of how I want things to flow. And then also trying to figure out a way that I can really bring the GunninGamerz YouTube channel, this channel, back to its glory again, and get some videos back up on here. So before we hit this epic highway, and we are at one of the best parts of this highway, and I want to actually just do some cruising, and I want to shut up and just drive through a beautiful road that this is. This is a $1 million highway, and I am going to hit this in real life with our rig, and I'm going to record it. I've got the equipment to do it, and I want to capture that. But oh God, look at this. Okay, we are in 5. We're gonna go right into 3. you gotta jump multiple gears. You gotta jump multiple gears. Don't drop. Well, I'm in an 18 speed, so I say 2, but it's really 4. I was in 5 low. I went to 3 low. Don't drop from 5 low to 4 low, because it won't be enough. That time it takes you to shift, you'll lose enough speed that when you hit 4, you're already dogged out, and then you're screwed. So I found dropping 2 numbers or, 4 gears is what works a lot better. I hope that cop doesn't in my way. There we go. And by the way, that back there is a nightmare if you ever stop with one of these. But I'm wondering if having all these extra axles would be beneficial. Oh boy. I know my shifting isn't like super realistic here, and all you real life W900 owner trucker people are gonna spaz, but it's a virtual game and I'm not too concerned about my engine. No, this is the first lookout spot. I mean, I suppose we could. I mean, we could stop, take a little deep breath. I mean, we're not blocking up traffic or anything, are we? Oh, we killed the engine. Why would that kill the engine? I was in neutral, had the parking brake on. Maybe we overheated. Oh, that is just embarrassing. Apparently, do we gotta shut it? Oh yeah, you gotta shut it off. There we go. Yeah, $1 Million Highway. And I definitely want to hit this in real life. No doubt. Look at that beautiful view down there. Yeah, we're gonna do some cruising here and just kind of enjoy this scenery. Okay, now that all the cars have finally moved past, we're gonna go ahead and pull out. Hopefully we don't get another line behind us. I know that was a seriously long chat, and I hated doing that in a gaming video, but wow, I'm glad we got that out of the way on the first part when we were driving through scenery that wasn't quite as epic as what we're about to head into. So we'll enjoy the rest of our drive, and if you want to know anything more about all the stuff I got going on, either catch me again over at the Twitch channel when I'm live, love to chat with you more about it, or join our Discord. The link is down below. We've got an amazing partner Discord community. We've been on Discord since Discord became a thing back in the summer of 2015, and we would love to get to know you. We'd love to have you come over there and join us and chat with us. So if you want to come over there and talk about things in regards to gaming, maybe you're really into trucking or another simulator or another game altogether, we've got all that covered, and we've even got all the outdoors, hunting, fishing, traveling, RVing. We've got channels for everything over there, so come over and join us. Now let's get on to this amazing drive that we got, and I'm gonna get some outside views as well, because I think there's just so much beauty to be captured here. So let's sit back and enjoy the work that SCS has given us. Oh, and we can't forget about some epic Jake braking as well, so stay tuned for that.
I've been riding hard toward the borderline. I am a wanted man. From San Antonio across the Eagle Pass, down to the Rio Grande. Old Black River, you stand in front of me on a moonlit night. If I don't get across, they'll hang me up high. I may be guilty, but I'm not ready to die.
For 3 days now I've been running for my life, posse right on my tail. Just this morning ran my horse into the ground.
you folks enjoyed that. It was always fun going down that pass when you have such a heavy load. You pretty much jake from the top until you hit this traffic light. Absolutely love that. It's probably the best part about this DLC with Colorado DLC is that epic jake that we get coming down off that pass. So this is Durango. Now, I don't think I've been here in real life, but this is definitely on my radar of places to go. When I was in high school, right after graduation, a whole bunch of my friends went and took a trip to go whitewater rafting here in Durango. They loaded up into one of my friends' parents' minivan because we all had cars and whatnot, so they piled into a minivan and they headed out there, and I guess it was quite an adventure. I ended up staying home because I had a job and I really wanted to make the money, so I kind of passed on that opportunity, and that's kind of the whole point, you know? You just kick yourself when you do that later on in life, when you pass the opportunity to stay back and to stay working instead of taking that 1 week to go and have an adventure with a group of friends. It would have been, I'm sure, something I would have always remembered. Instead, I remember that I didn't go. So don't pass up opportunities like that. That's my advice. But this town here is very well done from what I've seen on Google Earth. I've scoped this town out quite a bit because, like I said, I'd really like to visit it. It looks really good. We just gotta wait for these lights to get knocked out here. Well, we'll continue on. We don't have too much farther to go anyways to get to our destination and get this thing unloaded. Hopefully we don't have too difficult of parking. This is my first time with this big setup that I've got with the 3 axles on the tractor here. We got the 8x6 chassis, and that's one of the things that they added for those that didn't know. I suppose we should probably talk about the 1.40 update. They had several, small little fixes of things here and there. I'm forgetting half of it now, but of course the chassis options with the 8x6, they have some 8x2. They added all the options for the Western Star because that only had 1 cab type before, and now we've got multiple. And what else did they add? Well, of course the lighting. I guess the lighting, I think it looks amazing already, but apparently it looks really amazing in inclement weather when it's storming and things like that. So we'll have to, check that out at some point, obviously on a Twitch live stream. Will probably be the next time that I'm running this, and I'll have to put the weather slider up so we get some good storms. I'm just gonna pretend that our brakes were failing on that one. Kind of salty, man. All these lights, they keep changing right before I get there. Oh no, I can't stop. There's nobody coming. I got things I gotta get doing today. Got time to sit at all these lights. Watch this one. Watch this. Oh, this one's green. Oh, and it's yellow. And we just barely made it through that one. Oh boy, hopefully there's no police around here. Anyways, oh, this one's gonna do it too. Like a thing in this game. Same with the trains. It knows when you're coming and then it'll... Oh, we got lucky on that one. Okay, now it's gonna go into 1 lane here, I bet. Gotta get the one last light on the way out of town here. Oh boy, come on. Oh, don't hit. I'm sure real life truckers know all too well about this, but you basically lose all your speed and then everyone else takes off and you're stuck sitting there trying to get your speed back. Yeah, we got a merge here, so... That guy's gonna get... Oh, no way! Are you kidding me? What is wrong with this AI? That's pretty realistic right there. Whoops. Gotta say, that is pretty realistic. Car's just shooting in front. Oh, the sun is just starting to set, and the nighttime looks really amazing in here as well. A farming simulator there. Yeah, nighttime looks so good in here. In fact, I'm gonna make sure my lights... There we go, yeah, the lights were on. See, and before even this hour, you could have your brights on and it would be like blinding the reflection coming off the road. And that's just not realistic. And so now you can see like how amazing it looks. And sorry if you can hear all that clicking. That's my button box, my ASP button box, which, since this is a trucking video, I would like to announce two things. We'll get the links up down below, but if you guys are interested in a button box, use our code that we have in the description to save 10% off on this button box. This button box is an amazing box. It really adds to the immersion in trucking. And another accessory that I really like with trucking is the butt kicker. Now, if you've been watching us on Twitch, we gave away a $300 button box in January, and we gave away a $150 butt kicker package in February. And we had two lucky winners that won, each won one. And so who knows when we're going to be doing some more of those, so make sure you're paying attention over there. But those two accessories alone will really up your immersion when it comes to trucking sim or any sim for that matter. You could use the button box in anything that a US, could use buttons, like anything that can use USB. So I'd highly recommend that. And of course, the butt kicker is not just for gaming, it's for watching movies. It's, listening to music. It's a bass shaker that goes on your chair. Amazing product. So I highly encourage you to check those out. We've been showing them off on the streams a lot lately, and it was really a lot of fun the past couple of months to be able to give some of those away. And I think we've done 3 button box giveaways now, and we've had some lucky winners. So looking forward to having some more of those soon. Drop into 3 low here and try not to hit the cop. We've got nice lighting going on now. That sun really dropped away fast. I didn't think we would be going through the day. I started this load at like 6 a.m. Crazy. Yeah, it was 6 in the morning and it's already dark. It just went from like, hey, it's still day to holy cow, look at this. Maybe it's gonna storm. Apparently there's a wreck up here or something going on. Alright, who done it? Got a tree that fell and a drunk driver that got pulled over. I'm just assuming they were drunk. So there's definitely not as much of a difference between the brights and the dims anymore, which is pretty realistic. But it used to be like, I mean, that's kind of how the dims used to look. And then you'd go like that and you'd be like, whoa, blinded. The road would turn white and everything would be so super bright. Yeah, look at that, they're flashing me. But not anymore. Really love that though. Yep, we're doing almost 75 there. We better slow down a little bit as we come into town. A little town, I guess. Alright, well apparently I missed my turn somewhere back there and added a few extra miles onto the trip. No big deal. We just came in from the east side of town instead of the north side of it. But we're rolling into Farmington now, and hopefully, like I said before, we got a good easy parking job coming up. But you never know. I've got my parking set to random, so you never know. But usually with these bigger heavy haul trailers, which were part of the last update 139, we're able to own our own heavy haul trailers. Usually there's always one set place that you'll get those, at least for the most part. I think there's maybe a few variations, but there's only a few places that they'll go. I also remembered what I was wanting to say earlier when I lost my train of thought when we were coming onto the $1 Million Highway, but there's going to be several videos that I've got planned for the channel. I've actually had several recorded for a while, some content even last year, but I've got to get all that up on this channel as soon as possible. And one of the upcoming videos I have will be some educational videos, not so much entertainment, but educational videos for teaching and helping people learn how to fly the A2A aircraft from A2A. I've done some great tutorials. We've got our own checklists that we've made in-house here at GunninGamerz, and I want to share that with the rest of the world so that we can get people up and going, because we've got so many people in our community that are so interested in flight sim and learning how to fly. So those are going to be some videos that are going to be a little bit different for the channel, but I want to get them done so that I've kind of done my part to help teach others how to flight sim in the A2A. So those will be coming, and then we might have some farming related content a little bit, at least showing kind of the stuff that we did in the last server that we were on. So there'll be a few videos coming, and then hopefully this summer I'll be able to get a few more going. I just don't think we're gonna squeeze in here too well. It'd be nice if they had those gates lit up a little bit better. Really gotta hug that building tight. And then this is tricky here because you gotta go over and scrape the fence here. Kind of ride this fence down. Then I might have cut in too early, but I think we'll be okay. And you can't see anything. I might have already hit the green. I hate going into third person, but I can see out that mirror. Okay, there we go. I usually have to go into third person because I have such a hard time seeing it. If SCS could really do something different, I wish that they would. I wish they'd get rid of the green lines for one, because it kills my immersion. It's not realistic. There's not green glowing lines, but I wish they would put some, even if they're lit cones, like set cones out there, and or even flags. I know that would look a little bit silly with some like red flags, but it'd be more realistic to have a red flag sitting out than to have the ground glowing. And because you just can't see in first person, you have to break your immersion going into third person just to try to get a good parking job. But we made it in, and wow, all I can say is holy smokes, the difference in lighting and 140 has been just amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and get this one unloaded. We gotta shut the truck down to do that. Synchronizing with World of Trucks. I'm still working on my achievements, and we ended up putting in some extra miles there, but everything came in great on that load. Cannot complain whatsoever. Excellent, no crashes. I must have not lost my touch. Well, there you go. It turns our truck around, so we might just grab another one and head out on the next Twitch live stream. So make sure you're joining us over at our Twitch channel. The link is down below. We'd also love to have you in Discord, and you'll find out everything going on with this great community in our Discord. Everything's posted, all of our videos, when we're going live on Twitch, and all the folks who are doing lots of great gaming stuff, all in Discord. So make sure you check that link out down below as well so you can keep connected. I want to thank everyone for hanging with me, especially after the last 15 months of no activity on the channel. Just thank you so much for all the support, and those that have joined me over on Twitch and our other channels as well. So I really am looking forward to all the great times ahead, and the new content, the new channel, and the new adventures. So I hope you'll come along with me for the ride. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video so you know when the next one comes out. And until next time, take care.